Boy, I'm excited today to focus on one of the things I love talking about, which is how to take bad portraits. Clearly I'm joking, but I'm gonna talk about how to take amazing portraits, and then I will show you how to ruin these amazing shots, whether during the photo shoot or while you're editing them. So without further ado, let's roll the intro. For those who are watching me for the first time, my name is Baris, a creative entrepreneur and a founder of my own media company right here in New York City. So I'm here to share with you all my experiences, tips and insights about photography and creative businesses. Better subscribe now and join us on the bar, wouldn't you? You can also check out the Patreon page from the first thing in the description to get some of the good personalized content from me, like feedbacks, live calls, and a lot of feedback stuff on the editing sessions with you each and every single week. And give it a thumbs up, wouldn't you? It's a little something you can do for me and I would really appreciate it. Let's push this video out. Alright, today I'm going to talk about mainly portrait photography, but regardless of what kind of photography you do, you'll take some good points out of this video. So before all that, did you like my background? I kind of installed this like 2 weeks ago. I bought these stuff from Amazon, like $8 or so, but like I'm literally loving it. Like, you know, I'm telling you, we're having fun here. These little things, like this is a nice little room for both of us. I'm talking here and you're listening from me there. I hope you like the background. If you do, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, you can give me a thumbs down, but don't be a hater. Anyway, let's go back to the topic. As a photographer, both during the shoot and after the shoot, you may do some big mistakes, and those compositions or editing mistakes may ruin those photos that you're hoping to sell. And sometimes even your model or subject may ruin these compositions without even knowing it. And know that it is always your fault as a photographer. You need to take care of all the details to make sure like the vision is coming alive. It's your vision, so you have to make it come alive. You have to be responsible for everything. And I'll add some of my examples from my own, even that it triggers me so bad. Before shooting this video, I ruined some of my own shots by editing to show you how to do bad photos in editing. And that doesn't mean I don't have bad photos. I probably have a ton, but I was a little lazy to dig deep in my hard drive. So yeah, I just decided to ruin my own ones. And yeah. Let's start with the things that you may not know or forget about during the photo shoot. All right, the first one, I think is the most important one, focusing on the eyes of the model. So one way to ruin a beautiful stage portrait is having everything amazingly captured, but having the eyes of the subject blurred out or out of focus. That's a disaster. So make sure you are getting the clear focus on the eye and they don't come out as blurred. So it's one thing that you can't edit, replace, or fix. And this has to be like sharp, like, you know, super crisp and sharp. And why the eyes matter this much, let me talk about this much. When you're looking at a portrait, you're building a connection with the subject, and the eye contact is the most powerful connection that we all get to experience. The mood or emotions, everything you're gonna get out of this picture starts with the eye connection. So if you're shooting in autofocus mode, make sure you half press the shutter button before taking the shot, so you lock the focus on the eye. Or check your viewfinder. We should always check your viewfinder for that. In most recent models of cameras, you have whether the touch focus gives you the ability to just tap on the subjects or tap on the eye to grab the focus, or in some of the recent models like my camera in the Sony, you have this analog which helps me to move around the focus point before I grab the focus. So I love the technology, guys. Another big mistake, okay, let's go with the second one. Another big mistake is not having enough of your subject in the frame. So one of the main purposes of photography, portrait photography, is to draw attention to our subject, right? Because it's the portrait. So getting another object in frame a lot bigger than our subject may confuse a lot our viewer. Of course, it's great to have a lot of other objects, like, you know, maybe a belongings to our model, which may tell stories about his or her personality. But just make sure that nothing steals the stage and become the main character. Your model has to be the main character, and you can whether zoom in or get closer to the subject without changing the main composition. Although there will be some portraits you might want to have multiple subjects, like couples, families. Of course, I'm giving you the most basic examples here, so I'm starting with one single subject, making everything a lot easier for you to understand it. Always make sure that your model is the star. Also, here's a posing tip for the model. Although I'm not going to talk about how to pose in this video in the details, but I wanted to say that avoid standard and boring portraits. I usually stay away from symmetry. I love when the arms and legs are standing in asymmetrical ways that create different poses that looks more natural and less stage. That's very important, guys. Less stage, authentic portraits. So compared to the standard posing, that may stand out a little bit more. So people with modeling experience have their own ideas, routines, or moves for authentic and natural looks. So if you're working with an experienced model, you're probably gonna be like one step ahead from the other photographers. So good for you. All right, hope you're enjoying this video so far. If so, I would highly appreciate if you just take 3 seconds and hit the thumbs up button right there to help me out to getting these videos out there. I'm still a brand new page on YouTube, so I would love to reach more folks out there just like you. If you already did, that's amazing. I'll just keep telling more and more anyways for people in the back. Anyways, let's talk about editing portraits. Here are some of the great ways to absolutely ruin your photos. First mistake is cropping body parts. Oh my God, please don't do that. Well, in some cases it depends. If you have a creative vision, like specifically want to focus on their eyes, a smile, or I don't know. But in most photos, unequally cropping body parts out or not leaving enough head space for the model will really make it look like your subject is packed or barely fitting the frame. Or in landscape photography, viewer may think that you're not showing enough of the landscape. So let me interpret in terms of the landscape photographers. So if you're cropping too much, that's gonna create a very bad impression. So trust me, it's bad. And yep, that's right here, my photo right there. And yep, I took it. Shame on me. Another bad way to edit portraits is to blur the shit out of your skin. And yeah, I was kind of guilty on my early stage about this trip. I used to play with the forehead and blur that zone a lot, and I used to think that I was actually fixing the imperfections by hiding them somehow, just like blurring them. In reality, it just blurs the image, lowers the quality. It's quite bad. Also, big shout out to my good friend in Canada, Sarah, who inspired me for this one. I love your TikToks. Keep doing them. Anyways, I think I'm gonna leave it here in this video. I'm gonna keep it short. I decided to keep it short for today's video. If you would really like to learn more about these, just leave a comment below. I would love to give you in detail portrait photography guides, and I always make sure I reply every single one of the comments and drop some value over the comment section as well. That's my job here. And also, you know, leave a comment like hell yeah if you like to join this Discord group and Patreon community that I just mentioned there. I would also appreciate that one too. I want to see the reaction of the people and photographers before I launch this community. I'm really excited about that. And if you haven't done so, smash that subscribe button. Let's do it. Let's go for it. I'm really having fun with these videos, but also they're taking a lot of time. So your support means a lot to me. Like any single support out there means a lot to me. So anyway, I think that's it for me from today. Really short video relatively. Just want to talk about the portraits. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next time. I'm excited to see you again. Peace.